Hi, my name is Glenn, and I am a talent development manager. We started with Microsoft Power BI, and we actually switched to Microsoft Excel. And for more reviews like this, click below. I was using Microsoft Power BI to basically break down training reports and training completion. And I could do the same thing using Microsoft Excel, but in a lot more simpler fashion, if that makes sense. Like the data could just be basically used on Microsoft Excel. And Microsoft Power BI gives you a lot more options, like optionality to showcase the data via graphs and things like that. We just didn't need the data to show that. So what I like most about Microsoft Excel is definitely the utilization of pivot tables. It allows me to take the data, put it together, really simply group it, and showcase it in a more summary format. We also use a lot of formulas to use the raw data, and Microsoft Excel is a lot more easier to use when it comes to formulas, match formulas, index formulas, those kinds of things. A lot more easier to use for the user. And then lastly, I would say just separating the data into different tabs. You can do that through pivot tables, obviously adding different tabs. It just makes it a lot easier for our end users to really see the data and put the data together more simply for them. What we liked about Microsoft Power BI is definitely the way we can present the data. We use Microsoft Power BI to present different bar graphs, line graphs, and the data was a lot more easier to see when you're presenting it to different people, either through a virtual webinar or in person or something like that. And the data was a lot more simpler looking. And so if you're looking for something to present, Microsoft Power BI is definitely the way to go. With Microsoft Excel, it's very easy to pick up and use. I had minimal training on Microsoft Excel to start, and then I got additional training from one of my peers that is really a Microsoft Excel expert. And so I was learning formulas, how to utilize pivot tables, and really utilize the data to kind of showcase it into different tabs. And so it's a lot easier to pick up and use. Microsoft Power BI took a lot more training. Honestly, I didn't get a lot of formal training on Microsoft Power BI. I actually had to use one of our analytics person to actually put together. And so that's why I would say is a big difference. If you're looking to get something in more depth, Microsoft Power BI is definitely a lot more to learn, and Microsoft Excel is a lot easier to pick up and use. If you're definitely into presentations and you're going to be presenting your data to someone and you want to be able to present the data in some sort of line graph, bar graph, and you want to do this real time. So you want to be able to showcase this real time where you're able to click and showcase different data points, maybe for different markets or different sections of your business. Microsoft Power BI is definitely the best way to go. Now, it takes a lot more customization and probably a little bit more time to set that up, but overall you'll get the impact you're looking for in a presentation format. With Microsoft Excel, it's a lot easier to use every single day. And if you're going to be sending data every single day, or let's say twice a week, very, very often, Microsoft Excel is definitely the way to go because it's a lot easier to use. You can learn formulas, pivot tables, and really a lot of things that you're going to use with your data. And you can send this obviously on a daily basis. And a lot of people are obviously familiar with Microsoft Excel. It's a very common thing to use for analytics. So, overall, I would say those are the big differences. If it's presentations, I would go with Microsoft Power BI. If it's just data you're using every day that you want to send and showcase to a team or your team, Microsoft Excel is definitely the way to go.